Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Adrian here from alwaysthoughtmoney.com, and today, as you can see from the title, I'm going to tell you how to fix majority of your money issues with these 7 simple steps. I'm going to break them down step by step, and I'm also going to give you examples of how to do that, because quite frankly, personal finance is simple, but you really need to be disciplined, and these 7 steps I think will be able to help you. With that being said, leave a like for the YouTube algorithm if this is your first time to the channel. We make videos every single week on personal finance, building wealth, and so on and so forth, so consider subscribing. Now let's get into the video. The first thing you need to do when you're trying to fix your money issues and fix your money problems is to avoid negative spending patterns. What do I mean by that? We have a tendency to have negative spending patterns where we don't feel well or when we have a bad day. That's impulse shopping, buying things out of boredom, having FOMO of seeing like our friends or family or people that we look up to have things that we don't have. And so we have negative spending habits of buying things that are necessarily not needs, but wants. You have to get out of that mindset. You have to get out of that cycle when you see it happening. If you want to fix your money issues, negative spending patterns have no use in your life. And it's not just about impulse buying and spending money on things to make yourself feel better. It's also things like paying your bills late, right? You can have a negative spending pattern where you routinely pay your bills late. So if you want to fix your money issues, you have to start with the emotion inside of avoiding negative spending patterns. The second way to fix your money issues, having a realistic budget. Yes, you've always heard me talk about a budget, but the word realistic is the operative word here. Everybody's personal finance thing is different, right? Everybody's journey is different. That's why it's called personal. It's personal to you. What works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. So you want to have a realistic budget based on your situation, your family dynamics, where you live, how many kids you have, all that stuff. Now, how do you do that? Develop a budgeting method. One way you can do it is the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your money goes towards covering your monthly bills and expenses and so on and so forth. 30% goes towards savings and investing, and then 20% goes towards fun and discretionary type spending. Also, knowing your ingoings and your outgoings. You cannot set a budget without actually knowing how much money are you bringing in every single month. If it fluctuates, then average that out. And then how much money are you spending every single month? Again, if it fluctuates, then you need to average that out and see where you are. Set a realistic budget. If you're making $4,000 a month, it's unrealistic to think that you can save $1,500 a month. It's probably not going to work, right? I like to tell people to use percentages. So if you're paying bills, make sure you're using a rule like the 50-30-20 rule. 50%, 30%, 20%. The beauty about that is it works for every single income level because you're going off of a percentage of your income and not a dollar amount. Third way that you're going to fix majority of your money issues is to creating a plan to grow your income. If you are low income or near to the poverty level, there's no way you're realistically going to get ahead financially. You can't save, you can't invest, you can't build wealth, you can't do any of that stuff if your income is too low. So if you watch sports, a lot of times you'll hear coaches say offense is the best defense, right? Saving is defense. You are saving in case of emergency and so on and so forth. But offense is growing your income, going out there and getting more money, going out there and making as much as you possibly can, working overtime, side hustles, and so on and so forth, starting a business. You have to have a plan to build your income. You can work at that job that you know that doesn't pay enough and try to save your little pennies all you want, but 5, 10, 15 years will go by and you realize your situation is not going to change. And then at the end of the day, you save maybe a couple $1,000s and it's not going to get you anywhere. So make a plan to build your income. Get a side hustle, start a business, work more overtime. If you have grown kids, put them to work. Teenagers, everybody gotta work. Put the cat to work. How can you make a cat work? I don't know, make an Instagram theme page about cute cats and let your cat be the star of the show. Trust me, people make a lot of money off of their animals, right? Okay, so make a plan to grow your income. Guys, if this video is bringing you value so far, please leave a like for YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe if you're new. 2 videos every single week on personal finance, investing, and building wealth. Check the QR code right here for additional resources, as well as links in the description down below. With that being said, the 4th way that you can fix a majority of your money issues is having an emergency fund. It seems boring, it seems cliche, it seems like I'm repeating myself, but a lot of times when you are on track, you're doing well, you're having a good day, you're having a good week, you're having a good month, something will happen. It's called Murphy's Law. So to protect yourself from that, to keep yourself on track, have that emergency fund. I always advise people, if you can't have the 3 to 6 months of savings that, conventional wisdom says that you should have, a best way to do it, the next best way to do it, is to average up the last 3 years of your life and see how much money you have spent in emergencies, and then try to achieve that number. Whether it's $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, get that, because the trajectory of your life is unlikely to change. So your emergencies won't necessarily get bigger and bigger and bigger. Of course, there are outliers in life, of course, but if in the last 3 years, the biggest emergency you've had cost $800, then in the next 3 years, your biggest emergency probably won't be more than $800. So try to average that out. Having an emergency fund is so paramount and important to keep you on track. The next way that you're going to fix majority of your money issues is paying off debt. I don't care how you look at it, debt is a silent killer of wealth. Because on one hand, you might be saving and investing over here, earning 7-8% interest, whatever it is. But if you have a car note or a personal loan or student loans on higher interest payments, basically you're not really making any money. So you have to get rid of that debt. There's nothing much more I can say on that. Consumer debt is not going to help you. I know a lot of people will say leverage debt to build wealth, but that's not consumer debt. That's not credit cards, car loans, personal loans, or any of that stuff. The type of debt that you can leverage is mortgages or business loans, and so on and so forth. But personal consumer debt, avoid it like the plague. The next way to fix 80% of your money issues is to set SMART financial goals. And I mean SMART as in the acronym SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. That's the acronym, and that's what I mean by that. So let me explain what that means. When you set SMART financial goals, you have a blueprint to work off of. So for example, let's say I wanted to save $10,000 in 1 year. That's specific, right? Because it's $10,000. It's measurable. 1 year. It's achievable because it's also 1 year. You can definitely save $10,000 in 1 year. It's realistic because it's something that I know that I can do because I can see it happening. And it's time bound because I said it's 1 year. So how you put that into play is saving $10,000 in 1 year is roughly saving $833 a month. And that's $27 every single day. And so what I would do is probably after work every single day, I would do DoorDash, Uber, whatever, some sort of side hustle that can earn me an extra $27 every single day. And I will save 100% of that money to go towards my SMART financial goals. And the last way that you can fix a lot of your money issues is the company you keep. And that's surrounding yourself with people with positive attitudes around money, right? I can give you all the tactical stuff like budgeting and using a money rule and setting SMART financial goals, right? But at the end of the day, you are the direct reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And so if you spend time with people who are losers, people who don't save money, people who have bad attitudes towards money, then you're probably going to be like that. So a lot of times you need to change the company you keep. You need to change your environment to build good habits. There's a book that I read called Atomic Habits. I'll link it in the description down below. But in that book, it says a lot of times you can think you are the best and most disciplined person ever, but if you go into an environment that triggers a certain habit, you're most likely susceptible to that habit, whether positive or negative. Surround yourself with people who have positive attitudes towards money is a great way to fix 80, 90, 100% possibly of your money issues. Well, that is it for my time today in this video, guys. If it brought you value, please leave a like on the YouTube video, as well as subscribe and become part of the family. 2 videos every single week. We're not going to stop. Personal finance, investing, wealth building for all. Links in the description down below for additional resources. If you are on the TV, scan this QR code right here, take you to the website, free weekly newsletter, all that good stuff. With that being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I love the engagement. I love the likes. I love the comments down below. And I will see you in the next one. So, peace.